Welcome. This is another episode of Sons of Butchers with Brian.
And Brian.
And today we're going to talk about the king of all meats, the prime rib, boneless prime rib.
What more do you need to say? Everybody's had prime rib and everybody knows how delicious it is.
So Brian, with this piece, this is what, 5 pound? Well, how much do you say per person on a prime rib like this?
We recommend a pound per person because you're not actually getting a full pound per person. So at my house, we're feeding 4 to 5 on this.
Right, okay, like you and I could probably finish that off.
Well, or the two of us, yeah.
So what we're going to do today is we're going to spice this up, prepare it, and cook it. When you bring it home, how long should this rest for to get to room temperature? We want it to get to room temperature.
Yeah, probably about an hour. About an hour is a safe bet. It's probably one of your easiest things that you can make. You only need a few seasoning spices, which we've laid out in front and we'll explain to you. But once you get it prepped and seasoned in the oven, you shut that door in that oven and you let it go. You do not have to worry about peeking in on it or messing around. It will come out as long as you follow the directions accordingly.
And it's all the temperature and timing.
That's all it is. Like anything, it's all about time and temperature.
Okay, all right. So today we're going to use some Excalibur Ultimate Roast and Steak Rub. We've got some garlic salt, some ground pepper, some kosher salt, and then we've got the garlic. All right, so why don't we start and we'll get to mix this up real good. We'll have the Excalibur.
While you're doing that, I'm going to start putting little slits in there.
All right, that.
So
we got the ground pepper.
As he's mixing that, we're just going to put little slits randomly throughout the meat. They only got to be about a ½ inch, 3/4 of an inch. And you just kind of randomly take a little paring knife or steak knife and just kind of break it through there. That's going to break, the muscle fibers down in that meat, and then it's going to allow us to stuff that garlic down throughout the middle of the meat, kind of give it that consistent flavor. And you're just going to find those slits and you're going to stuff them, ½ to 3/4, about an inch down in there, 3/4 to an inch down in there. That's going to really give it that wow flavor. I'm going to hand this off to you, Brian, and so you can season this up. But for a lot of folks, they want to know, hey, how do you get your seasoning to stick? Well, obviously you're going to rub it in and pat it on there. The key is don't just season the meat and then throw it in there. Season it and let it rest for about 20 minutes. That will start activating the salts onto the meat and start making the moisture come out of that meat, drawing it in sweat, which will work as a good adhesive for the seasonings to stick to it.
And what I'm going to do is put a little olive oil on there. I got to have my olive oil.
And you can also turn that over and stuff that with garlic as well. We're just for purposes of showing you a quick sample, but you can certainly do that depending on your love for that garlic.
Yeah, there's a pretty good little fat cap on that too.
Yeah.
On the end.
Yeah, if you're at the butcher shop or you come into our store, make sure you have them leave a little bit of that. It's going to act as a moisture barrier and give you that nice crust.
Today we're doing it very simple, and this will turn out unbelievable.
Yeah, I like this recipe because it's just consistent as can be. It's very simple. When we put this in the oven, we're going to let this go. We're going to start it at 450 degrees for about 15 minutes. This being about a 5-pound piece. Then we're going to, after 15 minutes of roasting that, we're going to turn our oven down to 325, not opening the door, leave it shut, just adjust your oven temperature to 325, and it's going to take us around about an hour and 50 minutes or so. We're looking for an internal temperature at about 140. At 140, we're going to pull it out, let it rest 15 minutes. It will continue to cook, and it's important, absolutely important. When your meat comes out of the oven, you have to let it rest. If you don't let it rest, it's not going to give time for those juices to distribute throughout the meat and let that muscle relax.
Well, let's put it in the oven.
So guys, we pulled this out of the oven. It took just under 2 hours, about an hour and 50 minutes on this piece. We've let it rest now for about 15 minutes. It's time to slice in. It should be nice and rested. Let's see, take a peek at what this looks like. Got Brian's samurai sword here.
Oh, look
So
at
that's
that.
just right at a medium. You can see there's juices in there, but they're nice and rested. So the meat is certainly more than juicy. It's not going everywhere. It's staying in the meat because it's all the fibers have relaxed in here.
Look at that nice crust on there too.
We could have done this for Valentine's Day. It's almost like a heart for you.
There
Nice
you
and
go.
thick, huh? That's just a nice piece. Got just the right amount of marbling in there, yet not too much fat. It sure smells good, so hopefully
You smell that garlic.
it tastes half as good as it looks. Well, and that's how you do it, guys. Thank you.
Cheers.
Cheers.
That's good.
Doesn't get any better than that.
Best cut of meat there is.